You're watching Inside Out. So later in the programme, Muggins here gets to play gooseberry to a pair of lovebirds. But right now, miles away from wintry old Weston, Bristol's favourite sea dog, Tony Bullimore, determined not to be outdone by Ellen, is beginning his most ambitious challenge to date. He's just set out on a round-the-world yacht race with $1 million going to the winner. So we've decided to send Rob Salvidge, his old friend, out to Qatar in the Middle East to see him off on this latest epic voyage.
It's probably the most spectacular start line for a race you'll ever see.
Where does the water?
The man
For this one? Yeah.
Here amongst the dunes and the camels, the world's fastest yachts are about to compete for the biggest ever prize in sailing. I've come here to catch up with a stubborn old friend and man of the sea, the Bristol bulldog, Tony Bullimore, and his long-suffering wife of more than 40 years, Lala.
So what keeps you going in it then?
Well, I suppose it's been doing it for a long time. Got one or two good races left that I'd like to do, and that's about it then, really. I think hang up my oilies or winch or whatever it is you hang up and call it a day.
You keep promising Lala a nice little place in Jamaica.
Yeah, we'll get there one day. You know, sell our house in Bristol, get ourselves a little tiny place in Bristol, so we've always got our home there, and then we've got a little cottage in Jamaica. Perfect world, isn't it?
But first there's the race, and time for a little last-minute shopping for life on board.
Curry powder? Which one, please?
1 kg?
Yes, 1 kg.
1 kg?
Please, yes.
Spicy curries will liven up a diet of dried meals on the boat.
Oh, wow.
Black pepper.
Oh, that's not black pepper, normal black pepper. It got me in the throat.
Really?
Yeah, I think I will be able to do some serious cooking with that on the boat. 12.
12
Yes.
That's 12 bottles of chilli sauce for a crew of 8. It's going to be one hell of a curry. Race day arrives, and for once Tony is well and truly ready. His boat Daedalus is sitting pretty on the jetty, and Tony himself has never been so well prepared.
Do you want me to carry that for you? Right. Back on the old racetrack again. Another quick 25,000 miles. Come back with $1 million, you'll be happy, won't you?
Daedalus is a 100-foot catamaran designed by the man who built Ellen MacArthur's record-winning yacht. I know it well, as I sailed it with Tony from Bristol to New Zealand.
Right, now in here is mission control, but it's also accommodation for 2 people. The skipper sleeps there, the navigator and the guy who's looking after all the weather systems sleeps there, and here they've got all the instruments, controls, things that tell you how fast you're going, computers so you can get files, give you weather details, all sorts of technical stuff. It all happens in here. And this is it, the galley. I actually spent every day in this space for 50 days cooking 3 hot meals a day for 10 guys on this boat. I can't believe I did it. I haven't cooked a meal since.
I mean, I'm lucky. I've got a good boat and it's extremely well founded. Whatever happens, we're up against the 3 titans, but we got a good, strong boat that will definitely not let us down.
It's time for the crew to say their goodbyes. They'll be parted from their families for around 2 months.
When the gun goes and you see the boat sail off in the distance, you start getting butterflies in your stomach. And I'll have those butterflies in my stomach until he comes back. It never goes. I didn't fall in love with a man that worked in the back. I fall with a crazy man who likes boat.
In this race, Tony is again the underdog. His boat was a record breaker in its time. It's been raced by Sir Robin Knox-Johnston and Tracy Edwards. But it is now 21 years old, and it's pitted against 3 of the largest, fastest multi-hull racing yachts in the world. But Tony's not conceding defeat.
We've got experience, we've got youth, we've got enthusiasm, ambition and determination, and good friendship and comradeship amongst us, so it's going to be quite different than the last time.
Tony's determination is legendary. 8 years ago, he survived 5 days trapped under the hull of his capsized yacht.
Great news. Mr. Bullimore has been found in the hull of the yacht and he's alive. Should be okay.
In fact, his sailing career has been a cycle of triumph and disaster. In 1976, he set out to cross the Atlantic single-handed, only to see his boat catch fire and sink. In 1985, he won the Round Britain race aboard the innovative yacht Apricot. But the following year, it was wrecked off the French coast.
I was on the rocks and the boat was getting smashed to pieces. It was really horrifying to see this.
Tony came back with a new yacht, the Spirit of Apricot. He took her across the Atlantic single-handed. But again, disaster struck. Spirit capsized off North Devon. 1 crewman was lost. It was during Tony's attempt to go round the world solo in 1997 that his boat turned over. But undaunted, in 2001, he set out around the globe again. It was on this trip that I joined his crew. But unhappy with life on board, I and 3 others jumped ship in New Zealand. Tony pressed on, crossing the finish line, last but happy.
Basically, I'm a long-distance offshore racing guy. I think I like to go to sea. I've won a few, you lose a few, you know, you can't win them all, and you don't lose them all.
Tony, you know, he is one of the most extraordinary people I've ever met. I don't normally meet many people with as much bloody-mindedness and willpower as myself, but I have so met my match with Tony.
It was Tracy Edwards' idea to organise this new race, and her decision to invite Tony. He responded by being the first to sign up, and the first to arrive for the start in Qatar.
The boat feels really great. We're doing about 15 knots, and we're not trying really at the moment. You know, we're just sort of cruising down to the starting line.
I got up this morning and realised it was really happening. It's 1,000,000 miles from Shepton Mallet, I can tell you that much. I was nervous this morning, but it's sort of nervous tension, but focused on starting.
Left anything behind?
No, my heart I should say for my girlfriend, but no, I'm pretty happy. Got everything I need on board. Got a good crew, happy with the boys in the boat, so yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent.
As the guys fine-tune the sails for the start, it's time for me to get off.
Don't worry about it, we've got plenty of time, guys. Yeah, I'm there.
Otherwise, I'll be on board for the 50 or 60 days it'll take to get back here. Daedalus looks great as she comes up for the start.
That's it, the race has just started. 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon, the first ever multi-hull yacht race to start from the Middle East. There's Tony behind us, beautiful weather.
There's no doubt that Tony Bullimore has his detractors, but the fact remains that in a sailing career spanning 40 years, he's sailed more than 300,000 miles, won over 150 trophies, and been named Yachtsman of the Year. Now he's heading off around the world again, racing with the finest and the fastest of them all.